What's good? It's your boy Steve Solid, cool in any climate, humble and grounded, but I'm still fly as a pilot. Hey, let's rap, man. Let me rap to you for a little bit, alright? Let's chop it up for a little bit, alright? Alright, y'all, so I went through a little experience this past week, and it was on my heart heavy. It was on my chest heavy. Pretty much this whole week, I kind of let it fester. And a couple days ago, I did something about it.
Bang, bang.
You got a problem
bang,
with something,
bang.
you do something about it. You stand on business. That's what I did. I stood on business. I did something about it, alright? And I want to share this experience with y'all because honestly, I go through stuff. If it's relevant, of course, I want to share it with y'all because it could potentially help y'all navigate through stuff. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have the same similar experience or whatever, okay? So I want to drop some jewels on y'all. And I want to let y'all know that when I step outside into the outside world, right? When I step outside of my home into the outside world, I always remind myself of this. We all people just trying to get from point A to point B. Everybody trying to progress. Everybody trying to get from point A to point B. But more importantly, everybody got their own stuff going on. Everybody going through something. So whatever dispute I may have with somebody, whatever quarrel, whatever little problem, whatever it is, whether it's customer service issues, whether it's road rage, people sticking their middle fingers up at you, blowing the horn, beep, beep, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I keep that in the back of my mind, like, you know what? We all going through something, and realistically, most of the time, that's what the root of the issue is. Somebody, wife cheating on them. Somebody got put on child support. Somebody lost custody of their kids. I'm just throwing out random scenarios. I'm just saying random stuff. Somebody dog died, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But everybody going through stuff. And with that in mind, I'm like, you know what? I give people grace. I give a lot of grace, right? I like to think that I'm a nice guy. I like to think that I'm a down-to-earth, very nice guy. My wife, she think I give people a little bit too much grace.
Really, nigga?
Right? That's what she think. Now, with that being said, you gotta have a balance of giving people grace and holding people accountable.
Bang,
okay?
Bang, bang.
I'm gonna say that one more time. You gotta have a balance of giving people grace and hold niggas accountable.
It ain't no joke.
You gotta hold people accountable when they slacking. If not, they end up moving in life with no understanding, going down the wrong path, unaware of their actions until they end up crashing, trying to figure what happened.
Like
you gotta hold people
like
accountable. Last week, my cousin and his family came to visit my family and me. You know what I'm saying? So all combined in the household, we had 2 husbands, 2 wives, 4 kids, and a dog. Alright? It was a whole lit situation. It was a whole family matter situation. It was a whole full house situation over here, alright? We had a good time. We had a grand time. The first night of the visit, Trinity and my cousin's wife, they went out, got dressed to the nines, went out, you know what I'm saying, got drinks, had some food, towed the city up, you know what I'm saying, did their little thing, had their girls' night out, whatever, had a great time, left us husbands at the house with the kids, and they just towed it up, you know what I'm saying, they had a great time. All right, cool, you know what I'm saying. The next night, though, it's guys' night out.
Fuck with your boys.
It's the fellas' time. We about to step out. We about to have a good time. We about to get lit. Y'all about to be left alone with the kids. Don't ask us what time we coming home. Just know we going out, we having a good time, and we getting back whenever we get back. Straight like that.
Real trap shit.
Alright?
Boy, if you don't get...
Being that I know what type of time we gonna have, I'm like, you know what? Let me be responsible. Let me order an Uber. I already know it's gonna be some drinks involved, a whole lot of drinks, right? That way, it's just like an extra safety precaution, okay? I don't do that drinking and driving, all right? If you watching this, do not drink and drive, all right? Straight up. Click that like button if you don't condone drinking and driving. Now, when I call the Uber, it says 13 minutes away, right? So me and my cousin, we just kicking it, having a good time. We dress, we pre-gaming, we taking shots. I'm looking back and forth at the phone and I'm like, dang, It's been saying 13 minutes for a while. Okay. So it seems like about 30 minutes go by, and I'm looking at the my phone, and the app, it says Uber driver 5 minutes away. So I'm like, yo, it feel like the Uber driver should have been here by now, but I could be wrong. So I'm gonna start timing it from here, right? So let's just say hypothetically, for storytelling purposes, it's 8:30. So that means that the Uber driver should be here by 8:35 if it says 5 minutes away. Now I'm consciously looking at my phone, and I'm like, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna actually even give it 6 minutes. I'm gonna give it an extra minute just to see, okay? 15 minutes go by. 15 minutes go by, and it's still saying 5 minutes away.
Hey, yo, what the
And I've been
fuck?
paying attention to my phone, and now I'm like, hold up. Something not right. That's not right. Nah, that's not right. Something going on. Something not right, all right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to text him. I'm going to text the Uber driver. Because, you know, on the app, you can communicate with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me text him. So I'm like, look, on my app, it says that you 5 minutes away. Even though it had already said he'd been 5 minutes away for about 15 minutes. I'm like, yo, what does it say on your side of the app? Does it say 5 minutes? Right? I'm pretty much just trying to like get a like what's going on. Like, yo, are you lost or whatever? So that's what I text. He takes a while to respond. Finally, he responds and says,
I'm on my way.
and then he sends another message and says,
What does it say now?
by the time he sends a message, it actually says 2 minutes away. So from there, I'm like, all right, well, I ain't gonna respond to you, bruh. We're not having a full conversation. I just wanted to know where you was. So being that I know you getting closer, it's like, I don't feel the need to respond and respond to your question saying, how far does it say? Just get here, because you clearly late, right? So finally he comes, me and my cousin, we get in the Uber. The first thing this man say is,
Okay, so where we going?
Huh?
it's a slight little pause between me and my cousin. He from out of town, but I'm sitting here paused because I'm like, what the app say? Like, why I gotta communicate with you and tell you where I'm going? Stay with me, okay? Because I ain't trying to be an a-hole, but I'm like, we going to blase blah. And he like, where that's at? And I'm like, huh?
Bruh.
What the app say? I'm like, yo, it should be in the downtown area. He like, oh, okay. And then we get on the highway and we start going. Off the rip, that was like it was the most mind-boggling thing that happened at this point, because I'm like, yo, why this man asking me where we going like he ain't got the app? If anybody know how Uber works, you place an Uber, you can see where you going, they can see where you going. His phone is literally right in front of me and my cousin's view. We can see his GPS is on. We can see that it's actually navigating him to where he should be. So I'm confused as far as like, yo, why he asking me? Bruh, I ain't trying to talk to you the whole time. Like, what's going on here? And we driving like 20 minutes away. So anyways, we in the Uber driving, right? This man is gunning it. This man got the pedal to the metal, to the point to where I'm in the back of the Uber seat. I already got a few drinks in me also, okay? But I'm in the back seat of the Uber and we booming, and I'm like, yo, am I tripping? Am I drunk, or is this dude going super fast? I'm trying to click on my seatbelt. I'm conversing with my cousin, right? We talking. I got my seatbelt the whole time, like, yeah. I'm repetitively trying to put my seatbelt, like trying to get it to click. It wasn't even clicking. Come to think about it, his seatbelt wasn't working. Your seatbelt wasn't working.
It looked like the seatbelt won't work and I'm trying to buckle up. Boy!
That was the issue right there. Bruh, you should not be an Uber driver and your seatbelts don't work. Seatbelt didn't even buckle up. It got to the point to where I got tired of trying to actually muscle the seatbelt into the little clicker. I'm manually holding it the whole ride. I'm sitting there conversing. Usually if it was a smooth ride, I wouldn't even care. I always put my seatbelt on, but if it was a smooth ride, I wouldn't have cared. But the fact that the Uber driver was driving so fast, I'm like, forget that. I need some sort of protection. So I'm sitting there as we driving with my arm crossed around my chest just like this, booming through traffic. This man is swerving in and out of lanes. I'm sitting here like this, you know what I'm saying? Trying to play it cool, trying to talk to the point to where I'm like, yo, is he doing this on purpose? I literally start building a case in my head like, yo, maybe he trying to scare me. Maybe he didn't like that I messaged him on an Uber app. He didn't like what I had to say, so he trying to prove a point or something. But then I'm also thinking like, yo, your own life at risk too, bruh. You trying to kill us all. It was honestly the scariest Uber ride I ever been in my life. Hands down, okay? Listen, I'm wearing all cream. Cream hoodie, cream bubble vest, cream jeans, cream sneakers. Boy, I'm casket fresh. You hear me? I ain't trying to end up in a casket tonight just cause I'm casket fresh. Anyways, we still swerving through traffic, going super fast, jerking. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a horrible. If this is like an airplane, this would be considered turbulence, okay? It was not a smooth ride. The whole time I'm sitting here like this in my dang in the back seat of the Uber ride, trying to talk and have a conversation. I'm afraid to say something. He behind the wheel. I'm like, yo, I don't even want to take this man off. He might take us all out. We on a bridge. I'm like, he might drive off into the water. And for a moment, I honestly was thinking that's what was about to happen. This man is trying to take us out of the game. Something is going on in his life to where he like, I don't even care. Anyways, we getting close to the destination, but we still on the highway, right? We still on the highway. Now, clearly, we've been driving about 10 minutes. He been looking at his GPS. And then he proceeds again with the questions. Oh, so where I go now? I'm like, what your app say? That's literally what I say, because I'm like, bro, what you want me to say? I'm looking at the same thing that you looking at. My phone and his phone say the same thing. So when he asks me, I'm like, what is your app not reading or something like that? You know what he say? I'm from Austin, Texas. That's the only reason why I'm asking. I'm not from down here. I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm just down here for tonight. So what that mean? Cause you from Austin, Texas, that mean you don't know how to read a GPS? Come on, bruh. Like, I shouldn't have to talk to you if I don't want to. Okay, you know how to read a GPS. It's one thing if you like actually at the destination and it's like, yo, I don't know exactly where it's at because you don't know the area, and I'm like, just cool, let us out right here. But it wasn't that type of party. We on the interstate and it's like he want me to give him a play-by-play on where to go. Like, yo, get off on this exit. And I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that. You an Uber driver. I'm supposed to be chilling and relaxing. I'm already got a couple drinks in me. I can't focus on trying to tell you where to go. I wouldn't have took an Uber if I was gonna be doing all that. Alright, so anyways, we get to our destination safe and sound. Okay, we did make it. I mean, clearly, I'm here in the flesh. Okay, but I will say, listen, there was hands down the most scariest Uber ride I ever been in my life. And I hope that it stays like that. If it gets worse than that, I don't know if I'd take an Uber again, for real. Okay? So we get out the Uber. I don't even know if he said have a good night. I know I just got out, closed the door, because part of me like wanted to just be like, yo, bro, slow down. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know what? This chapter is closed. We about to have a great night. I don't even want to have no sort of argument, no dispute. I don't want to damper the night. I want to have a good night. I want to get lit. I want to tear the city up. My cousin in town, like, it's just like, yo, I ain't on that type of time. But it was still in the back of my mind, like, yo, this fool was tripping. To the point to when we getting out the Uber, I'm like, yo, was I tripping or was he driving super fast? And he like, nah, he was driving kind of crazy. I'm like, I thought so. Because it was points where I was trying to focus on the conversation and I'm still trying to hold my seatbelt as we driving. I shouldn't feel like that as an Uber passenger. I shouldn't feel like that. All right. So I had a great night. All right. Me and my cousin, we had a great night. Like, that was literally like a cliff note of the night. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I kept just replaying that moment in my head of just how scared I was in the backseat of the Uber because I had no control. Like, it's very scary to see you like literally in inches of a car and either the car is moving out the way abruptly or we just bouncing around between cars like a ping pong, I'm talking about ping pong, like a pinball through cars. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told him to rush either. Like, it's not like I said, yo, we gotta get here, underlay, make it quick. No, this dude was just like, he just had his own agenda. So that just kept playing in the back of my mind because I literally thought like, yo, I thought it was about to be over for us. And the crazy thing was, I got an Uber for one reason and one reason only, for our safety. I got an Uber so we can be safe. I knew like, yo, I'm gonna be drinking. We both gonna be drinking. I'm gonna be impaired. I'm not gonna put us in that situation. Let me be responsible and get an Uber for my safety. Lo and behold, I'm in the back of an Uber and it don't seem like my safety is first priority.
Gotcha.
So anyways, like I said, initially, I didn't say nothing to Buddy, to the Uber driver. I got out, we had a good night. I did give him a 1 star. 1 star. And they had like a little few options I could put. I'm like, 1 star, fast driving. Kept going with the rest of the night. But all throughout the week, I was just thinking about it. And I told almost everybody about this experience, right? Told Trinity the next day, like, yo, this Uber driver was, this is the first thing I brought up. As great as the night as we had, I wanted to let her know, like, yo, this Uber driver had me thinking it was about to be it for me, for real. Called my mom, yo, this Uber driver, kind of crazy. Told my dad, Uber driver, everybody I got in contact with, when I told them about, you know what I'm saying, my cousin visiting, we having a good time, I always brought up that Uber driver, right? And yes, like I said, I gave him a 1 star, and I put on there fast driving, right? That wasn't good enough for me.
Nope.
Nah, that wasn't good enough for me. No, sirty Bob. That was not good enough for me because it was still festering on me, right? And to the point to where I'm like, yo, I don't want nobody else feeling like that. In this particular, I don't know what every Uber driver goes through, right? But I don't want nobody else, no other customer in this Uber driver's car experiencing the experience that I had. So what did I do? What did I do, you may ask? I went the quote unquote white man's route of I want to speak to your manager. Let me speak to your manager. You can't just give everybody a pass. Some people, they gotta feel your wrath. They gotta understand you ain't out here letting everything slide. Cross me, it's consequences on the other side, boy. Of course, there's no manager for me to speak to. So what I do, I read a letter. Yeah, I read a letter. Not a physical letter, but I went back to the Uber app. I went to the Uber ride, and I wanted to speak to customer service and let them know about this Uber driver. At this point, it's like 4 days old, but I'm like, you ain't getting away from this, buddy. Nah. I was too afraid, okay? I let the customer service know, listen, I was unsatisfied with my ride. It's not even like I want money back or nothing like that. I just want y'all to know I was unsatisfied with my ride. This Uber driver kept asking me questions as far as directions when he had a GPS, and I felt like we was about to crash multiple times. I put quote unquote, he was on a crash mission. I put some emojis in it too. I put the car emoji with a little fire emoji. Bah! That's what I put in there. You know what I'm saying? To let them know, to put that emphasis. And I put some exclamation marks in there to let him know, like, yo, I'm serious. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't care if he get fired. I don't care if he don't get fired. All I want y'all to do as a customer service is pay attention to this guy, okay? Pay attention to what people saying about him. I don't know in y'all database and all y'all Uber drivers all across the world how it works, but pay attention to this Uber driver. Pay attention to, like, you know, what people saying about him. Pay attention to what people saying about him, because I'm sure I'm not the only person. And I want y'all to do something about it, because I don't want nobody experiencing what I went through, okay? Now, this is coming from a person, like I said, that I'm very nice. I like to think I'm very nice anyways, okay? I feel like it's very, what is it? Like, a person can be very self-absorbed as far as, like, talking about themselves. So I'm just only telling you what people have told me. And of course, what I like to think about myself, I'm a very nice person. I'm a very nice person. I give a lot of grace, right? Because it really don't be that deep most of the time. But when I think about it and my life was on the line and how I felt, I'm like, nah, it's deep. It's deep. It's deep. And I gotta do something about it. So yeah, I did something about it. And part of me, when I was going through the process, I'm like, do I really want to do this? Am I lame for doing this? Like, am I being a little bit extra? Is my age showing? Am I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I being a little too adult? Am I being a little too old to be like going this extra mile? No. Some people gotta be checked that think they invincible and walk around and treat other people like they invisible. That type of stuff will hinder you. You gotta be more sensible. The world just don't revolve around you. You ain't the center view. If you ain't held accountable, then you just gonna continue to move the same way, which is pitiful and despicable. I could let you slide, but everything ain't dismissible. It's deeper than the Uber ride. It's the principle, nigga. I'm here to tell y'all, okay? Like I said, I'm all for giving grace. I give grace all the time. All the freaking time. But you definitely have to have a balance of giving grace and holding niggas accountable. No other way around. It can't just be, I'm gonna give grace here, I'm gonna give grace there, I'm gonna give grace here. It's honestly borderline a disservice to other people if they not held accountable. If you don't hold people accountable, how they gonna know if they ever doing anything wrong? Galloping along in life, doing the same thing they've been doing, pissing everybody else off, making everybody else feel uncomfortable because ain't nobody checked them. So I did what I had to do. Comment below if you went through any similar experience. Comment below if you went through a crazy Uber experience. Comment below if you just went through a situation to where you had to hold somebody accountable. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Click that like button if you enjoyed this video. Also click that subscribe button. And that's it for now. Stay tuned for next video. But for now, it's a wrap. Peace. You gotta hold people accountable when they slacking. If not, they end up moving in life with no understanding, going down the wrong path, unaware of their actions until they end up crashing, trying to figure what happened.